back in the count. The swing arm now coming back as our countdown continues.
What's going on, folks? Happy Saturday. This is not usually when I'm on. Hello from me, Brick Something, and from Wade, Unparalleled Universe. What's up, man?
Yo, what's cracking?
I don't live too far from this guy. We're kind of generally in the same part of California, so I ran to his house and grabbed his flannel so that he had to wear something different. What's up, folks? I don't usually do Saturday. I'm usually Sunday. But Thanksgiving, all of that. But this is the best time to sit down with this guy because he's busy. He's doing the tour, man. You're making the rounds. Like, is this the most you've been on other people's streams like ever?
Yeah, for sure. I think it was more this time than the last time.
Time, right?
Yeah, last time I went on a bunch too, but
yeah.
This one's been more. I've been jumping on everywhere. I haven't even had time to jump on everyone's that I wanted to, and like. You know, some people are doing like special times like yourself and, you know, doing whatever we can to make it work. But yeah, there's only so many days, you know?
Yeah, totally. And it feels like everybody's streaming like all the time and it's all like overlapping. But you, because apparently this is the thing to say now. See, Wade is OG is what it is. Is that my understanding? Did I get that right?
I guess so. Apparently I'm an old man.
Dude, I'm older than you. I'm pretty sure I'm older than you. 76.
Yeah. You said 76?
I was born in 76.
Oh. I was born in 85.
I'm the living curse. I'm 76 years old. No, man, my skin ain't that good. Yeah, okay, so you're a couple years young. But no, you've been doing this for a while. This is just something I've been doing because I'm like, man, I'm watching all these guys talking about toys, and honestly, I'm like, man, sometimes they don't talk about the toys that I want to talk about. So I'm like, I guess I got to do a show. And it's mainly been around the cool kind of stuff that you do, indie toys and indie creators and stuff. And I just don't get enough of it. So I'm like, all right, let's talk about this guy. Let's talk about Odious. So I got myself a naked Odious because as much as I wear this kind of flannel in real life, my figures tend to be of the like Mythic Legions, Motu, science fiction mashup kind of thing. Yeah, kind of more like a Kirby meets I don't know, whatever, John Carter of Mars or something.
Yeah.
Kind of that stuff. Like yesterday when you were talking about bikinis and space suits like that, like that's the stuff that I'm like, oh, that stuff's always captured my imagination. So Master of the Universe was that. So I got myself a naked Odious and kind of just grab whatever I can. And I've done a couple of different, like, you know, this is AWOC armor on him. And
yeah, that's cool that stuff fits on there. That's dope.
Yeah. So like, that's the thing about this new era of toys of like indie toy makers like yourselves. And, you know, Jason does his thing and the Four Horsemen and just all that stuff can kind of work together. And the whole idea of like pop and swaps, like it's kind of become a thing and customizing. So I'm into it, man. It's like the perfect blend of like my art brain, my Lego brain of like mixing stuff up and action figures. So still like this stuff, you know, I'm definitely drawn to the stuff of my childhood, but what you're doing is cool. So today, man, I really just want to talk about Odious with you and give you space to talk about Odious, but man, you've got a platform yourself and you're talking on a bunch of big folks. I think you were on like, let me ask you this. What was the place that you found the sort of YouTube show or toy tube thing that you went on that you were like, man, I had no idea that I guess that's kind of rude. I was going to say I had no idea that they existed, but what was the place where you were on that like you had no idea about, but was like much larger and like had this huge audience that you had no idea about? Does that make sense? I feel like there's so many corners.
Yeah, for sure. Plasty, it's live. What are you doing? Plasty's is it live in the chat? Yeah, it's live.
Plasty's still trying to get his camera ready from yesterday, man. I didn't understand. Plasty.
I don't understand either. That's the perfect way to put it. I don't understand.
I don't know if you caught that. I put that in the chat yesterday. I was like, wait, this guy was on this show and he was fine. So I was like, is he like taking apart his rig and like breaking it every couple months? Like, what's the deal? I love you, Blasty. But anyway, yeah, what was the kind of place that was like, oh, okay, like there's a whole different crew of people in the chat, like people you had no idea about.
The reason why I go on all the live streams is because I know that everyone has their little corner. So no one really caught me by surprise. But I will say, like, I did have a good time, like on Mad Hatter and Nostalgia Unboxed. Yeah. Like that was a lot of fun. I knew those guys were cool and everything, but I just kind of have avoided them because everybody told me that I'd get along with them. So I was like, I don't want to meet them if people think I'll like them. But and then like there was another.
Did you?
One. Huh?
So did you?
Yeah, they were awesome.
Oh, okay.
I knew they were going to be awesome. I already knew. And then, man, it's kind of a blur. I can't remember who else I've gone on. There's another one I went on. Again, I don't even know how big their following is or whatever, but it's the Collecting Brothers.
Yeah.
Dean and Josh. Yeah, they were really cool, really nice guys. They were super professional with their shit too. Like they were like, oh yeah, we'll take up like 45 minutes of your time, and they did like boom, 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 and it didn't feel rushed, so it was cool. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to even remember where else I've been. I feel like I've just been streaming nonstop. I don't know with who or what. But,
is this true?
To go on Joe Jerk on Monday. That's another guy. Like, I don't really know. That one may be the one that kind of applies mostly to your question, where it's like I don't know much about them, and then next thing you know, they have like this big audience or a good audience that's good for what I do.
You say that's more like Joe, like military stuff.
I imagine. I don't know though. Like I said, I don't know too much about him because I've met him a couple of times, but I didn't know that it was him. And I've heard his name a couple of times, but I've said all the time, I don't watch a whole lot of toy guys because I just rather be reading comics or something. But so some of these guys I'm just unaware of, but like I heard good stuff about him, so I look forward to hanging out with them and getting to know him a little bit.
Yeah, no, I think it's really good. It's cool for folks to get exposed, and like a lot of the folks I think don't really dabble enough in kind of the indie toys, and then just basically don't know what's out there. It's not so much that they're hating or like whatever. It's just they're kind of unaware. And for me, I'm like you, man. I grew up on comics. I think I was buying comics. God, I must have been 76 plus 7. So like 83 or so, my dad came home with a pile of comics from Another World Comics in Eagle Rock, famous comic book store in LA-ish, famous-ish, because of the guy who owned it. But, and man, I was hooked from then. And then, I was born in 76, and my brother already kind of, by the time I was conscious enough, there were already Kenner Star Wars toys. And then I remember later he was like, man, we're going to get into this G.I. Joe toys because he got the G.I. Joe comic and was ready. And we started collecting those. So those were like our two main lines, and we were collecting. So I'm all about like the nostalgic stuff. But I guess in my old age, I'm just, and as sort of my art background, I'm intrigued by what people can do with this stuff. Like when I think about all the creativity that's involved in something like this, from your kind of storytelling to the artists that you engage and work with, and the sculptors, and then the soft good stuff, it's art. Even the factory work, as right? It's a craft
for sure.
Like, so I'm really intrigued by like folks like you who are like, we got an idea and we're gonna do it. But before we get too far, let's say hello to the folks. And I'm so glad that you shouted out these guys because I love these guys so much.
Oh,
John, Josh, the Collecting Brothers, what's up? What is your favorite Home Alone movie? I'll get it right out of the way.
There's only like 3 to choose. Well, there's like 12 of them, but only 2 that matter, right?
Home Alone. I'll be honest with you. You know how many Home Alone movies I've seen?
I'd say 0.
Yeah. Kids have watched it. Kids love it.
Home Alone is cool. Like I don't love it. It's one of those movies where, it's fine, but it's like it's one of those ones that's it's like if it's on in the background, it's cool, but it's not one I actually like enjoy all that much. But I guess if I had to answer the question, I'd say part 1.
Okay. Was that? I didn't know if that was referencing something you all talked about, but I guess not.
It's random.
Hella random. Okay.
Yeah, I take back everything good I said about those guys and being professional. With this random ass question.
Those guys are awesome. Literally Action Figs. What's up, man? Good to see you. Twizzler 19. Hello. This guy, El Spooky Zorro. This guy was like, get weight on. Why aren't you got weight on? I was like, man, I reached out to him. I'm waiting on him. And so We worked it out, Rob. We worked it out.
Took some time, but we got there.
And he knows I'm a teacher, and he knows I have to have a certain appearance, but he still types in sup hoes. J-Max. No. It's totally fine. I've given up on all semblance of hope. We don't even have a Department of Education anymore. It's all good. J-Max 77, what's going on, man? Hey, did you have a good Thanksgiving? Oh, actually, I think I know that question. But he's saying, hope we all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Sounds like you had some fun.
I had a good Thanksgiving. I just, beefing with me and my sister. Had to throw blows. Me and my little sister, but
I heard that last night. Yeah. Last night. If you need it, go catch the Friday night stream. It was Friday, yeah. Last night you had a dope panel. You had Erwin Papa, who was here a couple weeks ago doing live art that you then not auctioned off. What's the word? Like you did a giveaway for. It was amazing. He drew the whole thing live, and like that's a shit right there. I love that.
Yeah, he's crazy with it.
And then who else? Nico. Is Nico working on your project at all? Talented customizer and painter.
He painted the Cowboy Odious heads.
Okay. Yeah. And then who am I missing? Oh, Plasty was sort of there.
The black screen that we called Plasty.
No, but
the offline screen.
The dynamics were great, man. That's a good group of folks just to watch. I couldn't stop laughing, man. You guys are funny, and there was some therapy involved. Thanksgiving story.
A little bit of childhood trauma, forgiving our parents.
Oh, this guy was lecturing me. I don't know if you caught that, but he's lecturing me on how I got to treat my parents better. And you're not wrong. I mean, you're not wrong. But what I said was also not wrong.
Yeah. But, but parents aren't perfect. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a perfect parent.
I know.
We're all trying, just like our parents tried.
So I love that. So those guys, you kind of got this cool circle of folks that are incredibly creative, talented in their own right. And then you've got, you're bringing other folks around, like David Williams did some art for your project. That's what I love about this whole world that we're in right now. A bunch of folks getting together to get these things together. What's up, David?
Hey, there he goes right there. Yeah, David Williams is crazy talented. Both him and Erwin Papa are crazy talented. But I've known Erwin for a while. I haven't known David that long. Like I just kind of would see his customs, and then I saw some art he did. I was like, oh man, this shit is unfair when someone's so good at these customizing and drawing and shit. Because I wish I could be good at art, and I know it takes discipline and talent. Obviously, people have to have talent, but I don't necessarily believe in talent all that much. You have to work, right? And so David has obviously put in the work to be good, and I get jealous that I don't have the discipline to do the same thing. But yeah, he's amazing. And, I asked him to do some art for me, and he knocked it out and freaking killed it.
Love it. Yeah, I've gotten him hang out with him and meet him a couple times at that Mythic meetup, which I hope you get to one day. Around it's always around May, up in Sacramento, right? But he's come the last 2 years, and you say this all the time about folks, but it's so true. Like one of the nicest people, man, super talented, super humble, super nice. So tattoo artist too. I don't know if you've seen his tattoo work, but
yeah.
This guy, another crazy talented guy who's always in your chats, hanging out, just doing great stuff.
Josh Brown.
What's up, Josh? Charlie Squared is here. Hello. It's funny because I don't recognize a lot of the names anymore since they switched things over. Jen Lucky Sprinkles, what's going on? It's a new name to me. Is that someone you know?
Jen, no. What's up, though, Jen? Back Odious.
This guy I know, Batforce Grump, a.k.a. Grumps. Again, the names, man. Scotty Quippen, a.k.a. Quip of Geek Dad Life. You going on there? No.
Oh, yeah. Yes, he's another shout out to him because he's another one where they're gonna help me out by doing a special one at a different time and kind of thing. So yeah, we're working that out. But shout out to everybody who does that because I know being someone that does live streams, I know how much of a pain in the ass it is to adjust things or make special arrangements for other people and all this type of thing. So the fact that people are willing to do that, it really means a lot.
Yeah,
you really believe in what's going on.
Yeah, Quip's good people. So is Jay. They're good people. And this. So I set the stream up, I think, for 3, and he's like, "Hey, isn't it 4?" So even in me trying to work that out, my brain, man.
I was at a birthday party and I saw your post and I was like,
and you're panicking.
Yeah,
my bad. No.
I was just no, I'm not gonna make it. Did I misread something? That's why I went up and quoted what you said.
Yeah. No, that's all on me. We were in Vegas. We just got back yesterday morning, like crazy early at 6 a.m. And then I think I got picked up something. But anyways, Speaking Moistly's here. Apparently his name is Chubulu1. See, had no idea. What's up, Ray? Good to see you. Always, always, always. Hey, see here, there you go. Was there a memo? No, see, I was like, okay, well, if he's got that, then I'm wearing this. It's actually getting hot over here.
I always wear red flannels.
Cobain collection. Yeah. Oh man. Let's see. Wade, back up a little. I don't know what that's about.
No, that was earlier because it was because the way you have it, it's like kind of zoomed in.
Oh yeah.
I zoomed my camera out, so we're good.
Let's see. All right. Lots of folks saying hello. I'm gonna skip the folks we've seen. Larry, what's up? Larry's Geeky World. I hope you got to meet him. I think this was his first Legion's Con.
I think yeah.
Yeah. Are you cold? What's going on with your hands, man? You good?
Yeah, no, I was putting lotion on.
Is this live? Hello?
Is that so horrible? Is this live?
Like randomly freeze. I love how it would drop out, or like you're in the middle of a conversation. Hey, so what do you think? And he's out.
Yeah.
Davis Adam, what's up? And yes, all right. Hello, folks. Thank you so much for hanging out on this special Saturday. And we're gonna talk Odious. So let me put us over here. See, so pseudo professional. Do that. There you go. Here is the campaign. This is mainly what we're going to talk about today, and just kind of hear a little bit about it. I know you like I said, you've been doing this for a couple weeks now. It's been almost 2 weeks? No, less than 2 weeks now. Sorry, more than 2 weeks. We got less than a week. Is that right?
There you go.
Thank you.
Sounds correct.
All right, dude, just correct me. Feel free to jump in. But anyway, we're doing this specifically for the Cowboy and the Soldier Odious. And you and I have had this conversation. I love these. These are great. Although I will say, after hearing you guys talk, I might actually end up going for a Cowboy. But mainly on my shelf.
Come on.
Mainly on my shelf, we've got, that kind of thing going on. So I definitely got some of your add-ons. When you put in, good job on putting in that skull Odious, because I missed out on Legion's Con, so I'm glad I got to get something. But looking at like the Serape is dope, but everything going on with this Cowboy, I might jump in on that.
The Cowboy. I mean, you've heard me say it, but it's okay. Yeah. We'll say it again. But the Cowboy is definitely my favorite. Like I said, I mentioned it, but like there's no good Cowboy figures out there, and it's weird that like no one's jumped on it, especially with the rise of like soft goods, because it just makes perfect sense. Like I'd be down for some Mezco Cowboys, or random third party Muff Toys. What if like Muff Toys made a bunch of Cowboys, or what if what's it called, InArt did like Red Dead Redemption or something?
Yeah,
it'd be crazy.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Here you go, and that's what Larry's saying, or Spaded One is saying, "Mas caballeros, por favor."
Yeah, exactly.
So cool.
Honestly, I wanted to do a whole line of Cowboys, and originally I was gonna save this Cowboy Odious to do like a line of Cowboys, and he was gonna be the centerpiece, and then I was gonna have other Cowboys with other clothes on like a plain body. But things kind of changed, and I figured like, man, he's like the coolest one, so I wanted to make him part of this situation.
Nice. See, look, we say nice people, and all these people jump in that say, yeah, David's nice. Puerto Geekin, what's going on? I don't know if I just missed them, but there's a bunch of more chats in here. Eric Miller, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Another one of those crazy talented people in the community. We talking about how great David is. Sounds like I'm in the right place. You were with Hedgehog last week. Is that right? Jonathan and them on Saturday Day Live?
Yeah. Shout out to Hedgehog. He's awesome.
Nice. Yes, he is.
He's a good dude. Very nice guy.
T-Belay is here with the knives. What's up with it? I missed it. I kind of caught that yesterday. Have the knives gone out of fashion? Because
I think just the triple OGs still use the knives, so it's one of those things. It's okay. A lot of new guys. Well, a lot of the older chat audience has kind of left. There's still like a handful of people that are still around, which is awesome, and those are the ones that are always throwing the knives. But we just don't see it because I think a lot of the newer audience, like the audience has pretty much stayed the same as far as like how many people watch week to week. It's always like 100 to 120 or something. And that number has stayed there for years. And that's good and everything, but it's funny because it's like cycle. Like half of that is like new people that don't know about the knives or don't know about these weird, like weird inside jokes.
Yeah.
These very weird inside jokes.
So before we get into the figures, I'm curious because sometimes you're from the Bay. Sometimes we just say stuff. We say things. We say shit. And sometimes it's of the racial variety. I'm curious, has anybody ever been like outright like pissed at you for some of the things that you said that have come up on the stream?
Yeah. I've had a couple people get mad. I think I pissed some people off on Kevin on Toying Around's live stream.
You mean the recent one? I thought, so it was the recent one.
Yeah. I think I pissed some people off there. So the couple people I thought that I made mad, I messaged them and apologized. And no, but I never, to be honest, I probably have gotten complaints, but I just don't care. Like I don't register. Like if someone complains, I'll apologize because I don't want to disrespect people. But then at the same time, what I've told people is like, you got to kind of read the room. Like this is, if you come to the live stream, you have to expect that's what it's going to be. And like sometimes I'll apologize to people if they go, "Oh, this is my first time. I didn't expect so." That's like, oh, total. That's fair. But like sometimes people will watch watch for 6 months, and then on the 7th month they get offended over something I say, and it's kind of like, come on, man. Like, you know what we're doing here. Like,
either that or they don't actually listen to you. They're on their phones.
Yeah. But now to answer your question, I think everybody knows I'm playing around.
Yeah. No. Hey, we got Dorklair in the house. What's going on, Bill? Good to see you.
Shout out to Dorklair, man.
Yeah. Do you see his exclusive? He's get those.
I did. That review kind of cracked me up.
I wanted to clip your aggressive take on what you were going to do this morning when you woke up and grabbed that figure. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Oh no, when? What did I say?
Oh, from last night. I can't even repeat it because it's a semi-family show. But you were like, I'm going to wake up and. Real aggressive about going after that thing this morning. So did you?
I say that all the time. Anytime I say I like something, that's my way of saying it. I'll be like, I got this sandwich. I'm gonna boop this sandwich in the boop. But so this figure, I didn't want to do that because that head kind of grossed me out, dude. When I saw this, I almost didn't want to buy it. That's how much it grossed me out. Like I don't have a phobia of mice. But just imagining a bunch of mice coming out of like one area, like it was nasty. So I was like, I like this and I respect it. And like, I think it's hilarious the fact that they tricked everybody. But
yeah. Even Bill in his video was great.
Yeah, that's why his review was so funny. Me and my daughter were watching it, and he was so sure. He opened it up like, oh, I got my guess. Everyone has the same guess, and it's a Ghost of Christmas Present. He opens it, presents, Ghost of Christmas Present, and then oh shit, it's the Mouse King.
It was great. And this thing's really cool. I didn't mean to jump into this, but I just remember that from yesterday. That was totally like a moment where I was like, oh man, I'm gonna clip that. That's one of those very many clippable moments. But anyway, let's talk Odious. I want to start off by big picture. You did this with John and Josh, the Collecting Brothers. Tell people about the story, because you shared this before that you wanted to be a comic book creator. So the idea of storytelling and characters is your thing. So tell us about Odious.
Yeah, when it came to Odious, I didn't want to put a figure out that didn't have some kind of lore, because I've been critical of other brands that do that. Like, for instance, Mezco, they put out their Gomez figures. There was no real lore. There was some real like vague, like pulpy style comics, which are cool, but they're very like, it doesn't inform the character. It doesn't let you know what he's about, anything like that. I wanted to kind of develop a lore for Odious, which I did. And at this point, the lore is interesting to me because it's like campfire stories. So it's like, if you've heard me talk about it on the live stream, then you know, otherwise you may not. And you may have just like had to put things together based on pictures you see. But eventually I do want to put lore down so that people know what it's about. And, I want to put comics that I have a passion for comics. I love comics as much as I love toys. But so eventually I want to get to that. But I wanted to make sure he had some kind of lore before I actually got into like getting out there and trying to create this thing. But the lore, basically, he's like without getting into too much detail, it's kind of like a werewolf kind of situation. A werewolf meets like Quantum Leap kind of thing. So there's a lot of things going on there, but I look forward to exploring that more in the future, hopefully soon.
So I will say, like, so at the bottom of this thing, you kind of hint at like his backstory, but the idea is that he's this living curse that can pop up at any different point in history, essentially, or any time, right?
Yeah.
But you kind of hint at his early origins. Is that something that's written down where he's basically like he's a good dude who's like, you know, defending his people, right? And then gets caught up in this situation where he becomes a living curse. Is that written down anywhere? Have you ever given details about like who his people are, or not really, or even what era? Okay.
No,
cool. So that's
because I'm actually, so that whole concept, like I have it written down somewhere, but I haven't gone into detail with it because I never really plan on going into detail with that specific aspect of it. Like I want that to be the basis for it, but it's a mystery. So like a comparison I could think of is like Wolverine. Like, you know, in the 90s, we knew that Wolverine came from the Weapon X program. That's it. You know what I mean? It was like, he was Canadian and he came from the Weapon X program, and he's kind of like a beast. To me, Wolverine lost a lot of his mystique. Yeah, when they did Wolverine Origins. And I'm not saying Wolverine Origins is good or bad. I just think that like he became less cool immediately once we saw he was James Howlett in a mansion with his brother Sabretooth, and it's like, I don't need to know all this. Like it was way better when it was mysterious.
Yeah, absolutely. Even when they would like introduce new concepts, I remember in the 90s when Magneto stripped, spoiler alert, when they stripped him of his adamantium and he had bone claws. Like even that little thing was like, oh, it gave us something, but it was still mysterious. I wasn't super into it as a kid, but I was like, okay, cool, whatever. But there's still the mystery, right? And we never ever learned anything about him. Every now and then we'd find out, oh, he was hanging out with whatever Nick Fury back in World War II, yeah, and that was cool. So the fact that you're like, okay, you're gonna kind of keep this part a little bit ambiguous, even when you say ambiguously his people, like his people will never be known. Are you thinking like that? Like what time period of humanity or where he comes from?
I kind of do want to establish the time period. Well, what they'll probably be is small flashbacks. Maybe like before he awakens in a certain area, you'll see like a couple panels of him like with his people, but then he wakes up and kind of ends up in the war, you know what I'm saying, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it won't be too detailed, but it's definitely like I'm kind of thinking like I got to figure out the actual dates, because I'm kind of thinking like Native American, Aztec, kind of like that type of thing, like that kind of civilization. Also, another thing with the whole Odious world, I don't want to necessarily make it like, I don't think it needs to be like this is one thing I kind of had to accept when I'm thinking of the Odious story. Like it doesn't have to be like parallel to real world. Like it doesn't have to be like, oh, you know, pirates weren't around during this time, or you know, World War II happened at this year. Like it doesn't have to be so like the same, you know what I mean? So that's something that I kind of accepted. And yeah, but to answer your question, I don't think I'll ever go too in depth with it, but I'll definitely show clips. And I do want to write some stuff based on, because with that thing, like, so he becomes Odious, and it's cool at first because he could defend his people or whatever, but eventually he will outlive them, right? So
of course, yeah.
I did want to make a story like 100 or 200 years after his people are gone, but not like a reawoken Wolverine, just like a generation or two after his people are gone, kind of thing, where he hasn't died yet. He stayed alive. He's just old. He kind of hates life. His whole family's gone. The tribe is gone. He's like, you know, I sold my soul basically for this. It didn't even matter. And it's like, yeah, well, the shaman tried to tell you, but you know, so I do want to explore that a little bit.
That's cool. I had my pitch yesterday. I was like, oh man, here's a story pitch while you and Erwin and them were talking, and you brought up the whole like Flash Gordon-y pulpy sci-fi thing.
Yeah.
I was like, give me a story, takes place in the Philippines. Odious pops up in the Philippines like circa 1570s, 1580s. Spain is already there. Stuff happens, but then he ends up in Mexico because of the trade. But I just think there's a lot of like cool creatures he could meet. There's a lot of cool Spaniards he could kill. And then maybe based on what you're saying, maybe he ends up back kind of closer to where his people were by the end of the story. So
yeah.
anyways, I love it, man. I love storytelling.
Filipino culture has a lot of cool, like weird, like cryptid type of creatures. Like, you know, loose collectors making figures of a bunch of them. It's awesome.
Yeah. Love it. And I'm surprised he hasn't done more sooner, but he's taking his time.
Yeah.
But he did like Trece stuff. I don't know if you ever see Trece on Netflix, which is like a vampire hunter, but he made like a bunch of little creatures in that. And
oh, nice. No, I didn't see that.
Yeah. Anyway, let's talk Odious. Okay, what do you want folks to know at this point? We've got like 8 days left. What are the big things that have come up that you want to make sure people are aware of?
Well, it's more like 6 days, or
6,
like 7, I guess. It ends next. Today's what day? Today's Saturday, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it ends next Saturday at 11 a.m. or that's what it says, 11:30. Cool. So it ends there. Throughout this whole campaign, I mean, the idea with Kickstarter is that it starts off big, you have a couple of slow weeks, and then it ends big. That's usually how they go. We're in the end now. So, like, it's time for people to get in there and make this happen. If you guys really want to see this thing come to life, now's the time. And, I think it's very important for several different reasons. Not only is it my project that I'm very passionate about, but also I think it's super important to, like, push independent stuff because I don't know, these like big companies, to me, I'm just less excited by the stuff that comes from big companies, like, just to be honest. And it's cool to have like underground, interesting things. It kind of reminds me of hip hop, like back in the day, there'd be like all this commercial stuff. And yeah, there's great commercial artists, but at a point you just kind of get like, oh, we need some excitement. So you go underground and you find all these like crazy MCs. And that's kind of like how I feel with this stuff. It's like, yeah, you could go buy all these big brands and it's great, but like, come down to the underground where you see like the real like people really pushing creativity, really in control of what they're doing, trying to do their best. But that whole thing relies on an ecosystem that the people have to like sustain and have to support it. Like the people making the stuff can't like today's Small Business Saturday, and I haven't got any back. I got like 4. I got a like.
Oh, look at that! Okay, Saturday, it's Small Business Saturday. Wade is a small business. Go back now.
Yeah, but that whole ecosystem, like it needs the supporters. It needs the people to do it. The people making the toys, like right now, me making this, I don't make any money if this gets done as it is. You know what I'm saying? Like it's purely to make it and to have the figure out in the world. So yeah, it's gonna take people to make this happen.
Yeah, and you're coming up with some great stuff too. So it's like it's one thing if you said, yeah, people should support the independent stuff just cause, but then it's like, but because the work is so damn good. Like that, like this figure is a really solid, as folks have told you this, but the way this thing moves, the sculpt is great. But then again, I'm into the lore and the notion that he can pop up anywhere and fit in anywhere. There's something about that grabs my attention. And then to see things like this, like, oh, okay. Here's Soldier Odious. Can you tell us a little bit about him? Like when this is, what war? Did you ever name what war he was in, or not really?
No, because same thing, like I was saying, it wasn't
keeping it. Yeah. Okay, got it.
Like that was one thing. I was all, well, should he be in World War II? And I'm like, well, why does he have to be in any real war? Why can't it be a war that happened in my little universe that is similar to? Because the problem when you go, oh, it's World War II, they'll go, oh, they didn't wear those jackets in World War II. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's like, well, that's cool to be like an expert on stuff and whatever. I get it. But then it's also like, I don't know. Like, it's just kind of like, well, let's get free with it. And it's in some other kind of war. But yeah. So like no, exactly. Like for the Monster Force stuff, no one goes like, oh, what kind of war is it? It's like its own war thing happening. Yeah, but this Odious right here. So it's the Army Odious. One thing I'm really excited about this figure is that he's going to come with 2 werewolf heads. So he basically is like 3 characters in one. You could get the werewolf heads, put them on there. I put together like a 3-pack bundle of Odious, of the Army Odious. So you can buy the 3-pack for a really good price. And
where's the art again? What am I forgetting? Where the art of the 2 werewolf heads?
It's on the updates page.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, if you go to the update page, you can see that. Click on that right there on the read more. Yeah. And yeah, so here's the werewolf heads, artwork by Bobo. And you know, another, so it's funny because in my mind, like the cowboy kind of fights werewolves, like in his lore. That's kind of where, but I put the werewolf heads with the army Odious because I wanted people to kind of be able to create their own werewolf by night. So that's why the other head sculpt is in there. And, you know, it goes with the green pants and you're kind of like good to go. So that was the whole idea there. But on top of that, you know, werewolves. No one owns werewolves. Okay, it's okay.
Sure.
No one owns green pants, and no one owns.
No one owns the night.
No one owns the night.
Yeah.
None of that. So yeah, that was the whole idea there. And sorry, my damn Ring camera. But
was that what that is? I hear that in your stream. I just thought you had like some crazy wind chimes and they just go off.
Damn Ring camera. Dorklair says World War Wade or Wade World War II.
Hell yeah. I'm not as good as you keeping up with the chat, man.
It's all good. Yeah, that's
I'm all in the conversation. But this is cool. No, I love that you did the wolves. And what got me though, I will say, is like, oh man, I'm into the cowboy. And then someone asked you to put the wolf heads on the cowboy the other night. And
I don't have the wolf heads.
Not the wolf heads. No, it was a skull head. Sorry,
yeah,
it was a skull head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. But that actually that's, now that I realize it, that's what made me think I think I should get a cowboy. So doing stuff like that, I think is great because it captures people's imagination in a way that maybe they didn't realize. You know, like, oh yeah, that actually would be a cool look.
Yeah, shout out to, I believe it was Doombot 9000 who kept suggesting that I put the.
Too bad you don't got the.
Yeah, I thought it looked super cool. I just didn't want to confuse people. I don't want people to think that the cowboy came with this head.
Sure.
Although the cowboy will likely come with a skull head, but I'm gonna get a skull head with Day of the Dead paint on it, and that'll be one of the heads for the cowboy. But here's a look at what Brick is talking about, just in case people are unaware. But yeah, I think this looks hella crazy.
Show them with closer because the hat is kind of. Look at that, man. Yeah, it's a great look. And you mentioned yesterday, like you're trying to make it fit story wise. Of like, what if that's like a thing that he can do to, like, you know, get in your head, right, and make it look like he looks like that kind of.
Yeah,
thing?
For sure. Like I was kind of thinking, because you know, there's a big part of Odious that's like magic, kind of, and yeah, I was kind of thinking that could be like a spell that he casts.
Yeah, shout out to Bobo. His artwork's great, man. I love seeing his stuff. I love, you know, you engage all these really cool artists. It's probably because, you know, again, you're a big comic fan and you love art. But the fact that you're able to like work with these folks to create something is super cool.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to everybody. Like shout out to David Williams, to Bobo, to Erwin Papa, to you know, Soul Brother. Even like there was guys who helped me out more with like different things, but they're not necessarily represented here. But yeah, you know, Soul Brother, Robert Wright, just a lot of good guys. I love seeing artwork of Odious, man. That makes me so freaking happy that somebody would sit there and draw Odious like it's fucking, or like it's Spider-Man or something. You know what I mean? Like people like it that much, they're gonna sit there and draw it. That's awesome to me.
Yeah. Let's see. One thing about Wade is that this is Blassie. One thing about Wade is that he
Jams what?
Okay, has been supporting and promoting independent art / toys / music for years. Oh, we lost him. He's out. Connection's bad. But yeah.
No, that's true. Shout out to Plasty for sure. That's my whole get down is independent stuff, man.
Dude, Plasty's also like your biggest cheerleader, man, in a good way. Like he's awesome.
I've known Plasty for way before the lives. I want to say probably since my channel was maybe like a year, 2 years old.
Okay,
he's been around forever. Yeah.
There's a David Williams art. This detail I didn't catch until I saw pictures from. I mean, I saw it in the art, but I didn't catch it on the figures until I saw pictures coming out of Legion's Con.
Yeah,
I love that the figures got the boots, him tearing down the boots, and this stuff. Man, shout out Lethal Collector, because these videos.
He's killed it with those videos.
Yeah, you just it communicates so much of what you can do in terms of movement. And if you look at the folks you know, who watch this, hear me talk about this kind of stuff all the time. But in terms of the soft goods, the way that the soft goods look is one thing. And then when you get them into a pose and they still look really good and real tailored, but not like, and clearly it doesn't seem like it's holding them back in terms of the articulation. That's some science there. What do you think that is? Is that because the slenderness of the body that you're able to kind of work out?
Yep,
Oh,
that was why we went with like a skinnier body, because I knew that I was going to be layering soft goods on it all the time. Like when we first developed the Odious body, like that's something Kevin asked me. Like we're doing soft goods, okay? So he knew that we had to like kind of layer or leave space to layer things. That's why, like, you know, any Mezco figure you get, if you take the clothes off, it looks a little weird because it's made to have clothes on it. So that's the same approach with Odious. We just happen to make the body hairy too, and people have made really good like work out of just the naked body. So even though it's like, in my mind for Odious, I think you could justify it either way, because like without the clothing, he kind of just reminds me of like a feral werewolf, like a skinnier, like Werewolf by Night, really like a skinny feral werewolf. Because werewolves, because that's a big thing with Odious. He kind of has like a werewolf kind of thing going on. And when you look at werewolves in fiction, there's all types of different versions of like werewolf designs. Like Dog Soldiers has these big crazy werewolves, or what's the other one? Or just even like the Wolfman is more like just a man in makeup. You know, he's like all over the place with it.
Yeah, and then we got Cowboy Odious, and like you said, we don't get enough cowboys. I get that. But there's still something about the way you've chosen to kind of create a cowboy that's super, I don't know, like dynamic, I guess, and heroic. Like even the outlaw look, like his eyes and everything with the mask is really, really cool.
Man, I love the cowboy so much. Like I said, I really hope that this happens for your guys, the people who want it, for their sake, because I have the cowboy and I love it and I can enjoy it, but I want to make it for people out there. Like I hope I could get this out there so I could, like, I can't wait to see someone like, you know, Henrock or Alex Richardson or someone like that take pictures of this, you know?
Yeah, and the setup is cool. The choice of colors is real cool. Very cool. Yeah, did you trademark that purple already? Is it yours? Is that
I get off this stuff anytime I see someone with purple, I throw a fit.
And he looks good here too, even when you take off that top layer, even the tailoring of that vest. That's cool.
Yeah. See, with this version of Odious, I kind of like, I have this whole thing where, like, you know, he popped up into a Western town, and first it was like, oh shit, a monster. But then he kind of saved the town from real monsters, and he became like the town superhero. So like he's in the town, and like they have his back, he has their back, kind of thing. So I could imagine him just like that, hanging out in the bar or being like in town hall talking to the mayor, you know, something like that. Kind of like a dignified kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, he looks good, man. He looks real good. All right. So, and then of course the awesome art. This was David Williams as well. I didn't shine his stuff on. Let me shine his stuff up. Folks know him.
Yeah, David Williams.
But yeah, there's something that's really exciting about what you do, about what the Horsemen do, where like it attracts a lot of like other like-minded, talented folks who just want to play with cool toys, but also like put their creativity into it. Like, you know, put on new heads, put on new parts. And I love the idea that you've created this sort of kind of storytelling mechanism, if you will, that like people can go all sorts of places with Odious, and it could work.
Yeah, like, you know, I have my ideas for why Odious ends up where he does or whatever, but like it's also something that like other people could have fun with, like in photography or whatever, where you could make up a reason for why ever he popped up in a certain scenario or whatever. So like I love to see people do different things with Odious figures. Yeah, especially in the photography lane, you know, people get crazy with it.
Yeah, we'll take a look at some of those stuff, because like Harper Figs had some great shots.
He's killing it, yeah.
Again, here with Lethal Collector, man, look at that. The way, even the posing of the soft goods, that sort of wave of the Serape was great.
Yeah,
look at that.
When I saw these videos, I was like, what the fuck, man?
But you're making the thing. You're making the toy for them to make this possible. So that's got to be really cool.
Yeah, no, definitely. I was definitely proud, and I was just kind of blown away by his talent. But yeah, I was definitely proud. Yeah. Like, man, if that's my figure, nice.
And I love the fact that he put all the other guys in the back.
Yeah, kind of like a little
establishing shot. This is really cool. But speaking of those guys in the back, you know, I've told you this. Those are the ones I really, really want, man.
Yeah.
I know my tastes often aren't the how do I say this? Aren't the most marketable ones, because I think you were saying like you went with the ones that you thought would sell.
Well,
the best.
I
mean, the most popular ones, basically.
I did a poll. Like I let people vote. Right. So I was because honestly,
did your market research?
I would have went with the results of the poll. If they said the two, like in my mind, the poll results is what I thought that was going to be the case. But let's say it was the Ronin and the Inuit that were the most popular. I would have totally gone with those. I wouldn't. It wasn't me at all. It was definitely the results of the poll. But I'm with you. Even though like your taste may not be as marketable, they align with mine because I love the Inuit as much as the Cowboy, pretty much.
He pops because. So tell me about the blue skin and the white fur. What's your thoughts on? Not that everything needs to be explained, but just that like he can change. Like Odious can transform and look different ways, or
like I figured that Odious can kind of like, because he's like a how do you say it? He's like a being of magic, right? Like he doesn't have to adhere to like the any kind of rules. He could be whatever color he feels like, whatever. So in his mind, his whole thing is like survival. Each time that he comes to life, he wants to survive as long as possible because he doesn't want to die again and make someone else curse the next person. Because he knows as soon as he's awake, he's like, shit, what did I do? Like, what happened? Oh, okay, I took this guy's life. Let me try to stay alive as long as possible so I don't take another person's life. So there'll be reasons like where Odious kind of has guardians of the statue to kind of keep people from getting to it, or maybe there's a scenario where he orchestrates, maybe the statue gets broken apart and he gives it to different people. Like people have floated out that idea before. There's all kinds of different things, but like as far as the color change, it just kind of like, I don't know what he feels like at the moment, like, or what makes sense. So like in this case, if he's in the snow, he's like, oh well, let's turn purple, let's turn blue and white. But the person he happens to take over has that clothes, so he's like, all right, well here we are. So or like even I was kind of thinking it could be just a product of his magic, and he just kind of just does it however he feels like. Again, like that's one of those things where like no one really we don't really like try to explain why Hulk wears purple pants. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just kind of hope people run with it. Like, oh, this time he's and because when you try to explain it, it's always dumb. It's like, why is he gray this time? It's like, oh, he fell out of a plane or some shit. Whatever Hulk. I forget why he turned gray back in the day. It was like he fell out of a plane or something. But it's like, he just looks cool and gray.
No, I love that, and I think it's a really cool. Again, the mechanic allows for it. Talk to me about Pam, or the
Pam.
Is everyone come with that? I didn't even look to see, or is it just unique to the original?
So
as an accessory, literally as an accessory.
So the original has it. The Inuit is going to have a version of Pam, and the rest do not. The other ones. So like on the Cowboy, for instance, his guns have the Pam like logo on it.
Okay.
Like the little Pam insignia, I guess you could
some
call
sort of representation is somewhere.
Yeah, let's see.
Maximize. There you go.
Yeah, so you can see it right there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so the whole idea behind that is like Pam is a conduit for him to kind of use his magic. And I figure like whatever weapon he has, whenever he kind of awakes, he'll use that as a conduit for his magic. So like this is not just a regular shotgun. Yeah, it's like a magic shotgun. But at the same time, he's not good at his magic because he sleeps for 100 years or, whatever. So I in my mind, when he picks up a rifle and it's like he uses and magic goes through it, the Pam insignia appears and that's like his. Like no one's going to be able to use it or work it or whatever. So, the Pam is kind of like part of his spiritual kind of thing that travels with him.
Very cool. Right on. I love seeing a life-size Pam last year at Legion's Con. I wasn't able to go this year. Did that make it back?
It's in my garage. Slacker Hacker sent it to me, but that thing is ridiculous. I had nowhere to put it. Like it couldn't fit in my house. Like it was. I mean, it could fit in a room, but it takes up space. Like it's so big and crazy. So it's in my garage. Can I answer something in the chat?
Yeah. Go for it. Which one?
Largo says it might be interesting if Odious.
Oh yes, comics.
Huh?
Oh, different one. Sorry. Well, let's start with this one with Largo because I was gonna bring it up in terms of story.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What's up, Jim? Good to see you. He's saying any chance Odious one-shot comic that showcases all the incarnations of Odious through time.
What I want to do is like short stories for Odious to start, and I would definitely compile those. But it would be like short stories of Odious in these different. Because in my mind, each one of these different like versions of Odious that we see. Probably have more story than the original Odious. Like these all have I have like scenarios worked out and conflicts for all of them and all kinds of like different things. So yeah, it's more likely that I'll do like some short stories for these new versions and compile them somehow.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then this one, it might be interesting if Odious can communicate with the spirit of the person he possesses. I don't think
Yeah,
that was
so
the one
that's
you
the
were
whole thing. He kind of can. So when he possesses the person goes into this place called the Unparalleled. And the Unparalleled, I mean, we call it the Unparalleled, but it's really just it's like purgatory. And Odious is there with the spirit people, like the spirit of the person he possessed, and he's basically just trying to make their final moments like bearable, kind of, because like eventually the spirit will fade, it'll be gone, and that's it. But Odious is there to kind of like, so in my mind, I imagine Odious like giving purpose to these people, kind of like the people that he takes their place. Like, let's say one of them's like somebody who's heroic or something, so maybe he like orchestrates some kind of weird adventure, and then, you know, like at the end of the adventure, the person finds out that Odious was just controlling the whole thing just to give a purpose, and it's like, oh, you piece of shit, you know what I mean? Like, no matter, it's like a bad situation for everybody. But when I think about that, I think of like, it's cool because then in the Unparalleled, you could get crazy with it, like with colors and like fighting big monsters and just all kinds of weird like stuff that I would love to see Erwin Papa draw because of his style.
Yes.
Like, just pop colors, just
yep.
weird monsters and all kinds of crazy stuff. So, and almost without consequence, because it's not like, it just spirits, and then eventually it just kind of like, well, we've come to the end, you know, I hope you had a good time, and the spirit like, you know.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I can just, in hearing you kind of every now and then you'll drop little nuggets about the lore, and I just see some real cool, whether it's cinematic or comic book storytelling. Like, I can imagine a story of just a conversation between him and the person, and just like some really cool heavy stuff, but then some funny moments too. But yeah, very cool, very cool, very cool.
Real quick, Grump says, I thought one of the old school Tuesday Crew guys came up with Pam, and then he's making a fucking confused face. For some reason, he's always confused. But yeah, no one said anything about the name, Grumps. I'm not saying I made up the name. I made up the story to it. But yes, back in the day, one of the Tuesday Crew guys, I can't remember who it was, named it Pam. I can't remember why. Oh, you know why? Because they thought my name was Pam.
What?
I told them I had a girly middle name, so they were trying to guess, and they were like, Pam.
Gotcha.
And then they called me Pam for a couple of weeks. And then when I was like, I need a name for the mace, and then someone's all Pam. So that was it.
Yeah, it's like Lucille, like you said the other day.
Yeah, for sure.
Very cool. Let's talk these guys. So folks need to know, if you're like me and you want to see these things happen, they happen when we get the Cowboy and the Soldier backed, and we're at what, 94,789 of $170,000 goal. We've got 6 days left to go. Let's see what folks can do.
Yeah, man, let's make it happen. I mean, the closer we get, the more nervous I get, because I'm in my mind, I'm still like, no, we should be good. I think we're okay. I feel okay. The end, I know the end is going to be crazy. So I hope, but then I have these fucking nightmares where I'm thinking, I'm sorry about my language, man.
No, you're fine.
I keep having these nightmares where it's like, I'm anticipating this craziness for the last couple of days, and then nothing happens. It's like, oh, but no, I think the last day will be crazy, and we'll see what happens. But I feel pretty good, but every moment that passes by, I feel less good. So let's do it, man. Like, someone back something.
Yeah. So I'm going in because I'll do the Cowboy, right? So this is always funny with different campaigns, right? Where I originally added the skull face, but can I add? I should be able to just, there you go, Odious of the Old West. I just add him on as a change, right?
Yeah, you could just pledge and add him on like that.
All right, let's do it.
Thank you, man.
You sold me like the dude at Costco. Show him the knives.
Show him the knives.
Got it. Yes. Let's go, folks. I did it. You can do it too. Get yourself some action figures. Yeah. So this is what I want, though. I'm gonna get here. What I was gonna say is, when we get those, you've kind of made this deal with Big Bad Toy Store, and they're gonna help you make these happen so that they're on BBTS and the site, right?
They'll be on my site, but not at first. Like, when this gets done, I'm gonna direct all sales to Big Bad Toy Store. Like, I don't know if I'll put them on my site. Yeah, yeah. Like, Big Bad Toy Store is committed to like a certain amount, and for me to get some, I gotta buy outside of that amount, which is cool. Like, I don't mind buying some, but I'm gonna have like very few, and chances are I won't sell them on my website. I'll just sell them when I go to shows and stuff.
Okay. So really to push people to do the Big Bad Toy Store for their help with this project.
Yeah. I want to do good business with Big Bad Toy Store. They're awesome. Like like when it comes to helping independent toy companies, they're like all about it. They helped me big time with the first Odious. They tried to help with this one. We just can't make it work because they do things differently now. Like they don't just go into Kickstarters and put a bunch of money into them anymore. So, they're doing things different. They still want to help. Like you guys might have saw when they threw up on the website and they were like ready to go. And
yeah,
like,
that was a little weird.
It was weird. But right away, like, yeah, it was a little weird. And I got panicky because I was like, man, what if people are, it's hard enough to get people
confused.
To click. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, they'll get confused, but also it's hard enough to get people just to click and take interest. So to me, it's like, oh, they saw it on Big Bad Toy Store. They clicked and took interest. Maybe they were considering it. Pre-order, whatever. And then now we're going to take that away. Who knows if they'll get interested again? Who knows if they'll go to the Kickstarter when they see it? You just never know. So I got all panicky. I was emailing like, you guys got to take it down. And I have access to the owner. Like I could hit up the owner, but the last thing I want to do is bother the boss, But then the someone's boss and the owner hit me up and was like, hey, sorry, we took it down. We don't want to jeopardize your campaign, but this is how we do things. Let's talk. We want to help you, but so that's where we're at with it. But I want to direct everything I can to Big Bad Toy Store when it comes to these two figures.
That makes sense. But these are going to be great when in 6 days we back the Cowboy and the soldier, cross that line. And then these will be available and we can go grab them. Take a look at that in your hands, man. Look at that thing.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And the cool, I really like the Ronin Odious because in my mind, Odious was right here in Japan for a long time. Like this is probably Odious at his happiest. So he found a way to stay in Japan and live there for a very long time without dying. And I was kind of thinking for this version of Odious, he kind of experiences or has to deal with like an alien invasion. You never really hear about alien and Ronin. Japanese kind of stuff,
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, so then I was kind of thinking I had this story planned out where there's like an alien invasion, but then there's one alien dude on the ship who is kind of like not with the invasion, and he becomes like Odious's after the whole conflict. He becomes Odious's like assistant kind of. So like in my mind, there's Odious and like a very classic looking alien that's dressed up as as a ninja hanging out like in a temple. Right? Wouldn't that be dope?
Yeah, that's cool. See, I love that you're taking like it's pulpy. It's, I don't know, man. There's a fun to it. Even though it's like, it's got its serious angles, especially when you start talking about like the dude in Purgatory or in the Unparalleled, kind of like looking for purpose. And I don't know, there's like some depth to it. So I don't know. I love this world you're trying to build where there's like the possibility for some real drama and some stakes, but then some fun. Some cool ass stuff.
Yeah, as far as like the tone of like Odious stories, the way I think of it is something like Hellboy or Ninja Turtles, like the more serious Ninja Turtle. But even Ninja Turtles at their most serious, they, it's not no matter what, it's never Watchmen. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like it's Turtles with some drama. Like that's what I want out of Odious. Fun comic books, fun action adventure with a little bit of drama. I'm not trying to change people's perspective on the medium of comic book, nothing like that. Nothing like Saga where it's going to change your life. I just want to have fun, iconic action adventure with a little bit of drama.
Yeah, and there's a need for all of it, and I think that
definitely
really good. What about this Godzilla versus Odious? We get some kaiju action.
Yeah, no, Odious will fuck Godzilla up.
Oh, those are big words there, buddy. Okay.
Big words there, buddy.
So I brought this up earlier, but he does have red eyes, right?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to see.
Oh man, that's the figure I want right there. Look at that.
That's the man right there. Oops. Yeah, he's the
Ronin one I want too, but that one with the soft goods and everything. When I saw that, man, so good.
Yeah, you've been saying for the whole year because I showed this at Legion's Con, but you've been saying for the whole year like I want that, I need it. You and Rick Dominguez have been like, we need it. No, I need it too, man. Like I said, this is the one I want the most. And, I think I kind of wish I had included him in the campaign because he's different. Like the color is different. I think that would have caught people's attention a little more. But yeah, anyways, I'm excited for this one and hopefully we get it out.
Well, here, so I know I've been lagging, but I was so into this that while you were talking, I forgot what stream this was. Remember, I showed you this before.
Yeah.
I was like, "Hey, man, you still looking for artists?" And so you were doing the stream, you were talking, and then you're like, "Yeah, you're looking for artists." And I was like, "Okay, wait, let me get the sketchbook out." And I just started drawing, and I realized now a little bit later, like, "Oh, that's more of a grizzly." But I don't know. Do you remember this one? That some dude going off about slang.
Oh yeah, what were
Yeah,
they?
yeah,
Oh yeah,
that was.
he was getting mad at white people talking like
Yeah,
white.
yeah, yeah, using their slang and stuff. But I was like, oh wow, that's a. Anyways, like I said that, and I was like, man, of all
That's
the
true. I
things that are
forgot.
happening right now in terms of dealing with white supremacy, you're upset about the slang. But I get it. Like, there's a million reasons to be upset. So I get it, and we all have our things. But I'll get to it. I will finish it. Yeah, it was fun, man. It was fun.
It's
Just kind
looking
of.
dope, man, and it kind of reminds me of like basically how like the style that David Williams did, or the style that Erwin Papa did, where it's odious and then like a big creature with them or behind them or whatever.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's like the character is cool, but we want to see what the character can do. Like all these things that you've been describing, interacting with things, and that's what makes it super exciting. So, but yeah, I love it, man. I love what you're doing. Oops, that's it. So, folks, back it up. I know Jamelin was saying, how cool would it be? Man, that would be incredibly cool, but that my show. Sorry, man. I wish you could come here and everyone be like, here's money. But you know.
No, that's not the reality. No, it's a grind.
Yeah,
It's a slow grind, and I'm gonna keep at it all the way to the last freaking minute. Like again, we're gonna plan on doing that marathon live stream at the end, and I don't care if I'm still 70,000 away. I'm gonna be on that live stream telling people to back it. I don't care if it, that's one. No one's gonna walk away from this situation going, well, he didn't try hard enough. That's for sure.
Well, let's talk about your bulk deals, because I know that's something that you've mentioned that most people don't even realize exists. But talk to folks about that, because it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, so I have a couple of bulk deals in there. I have a 3-pack for the Army Odious. If you do that, you basically save $15 on each Army Odious, and $45 between the three. And the reason why I did that is because, like I mentioned before, you're getting 2 unique werewolf heads. That's basically 3 characters. So I wanted to make it like where people can buy a 3-pack for a good price and have all 3 setups without having to pay like $300, so you save a little bit of money there. And then, we have the wholesale 10-pack. That's for retailers. We have shout out to Hidden Temple Toys, who's went in on a 3-pack. I mean, on a retailer pack already. I'm trying to get a couple of other people. I've hit up some retailers that said they're interested. I know for some reason, a lot of these guys just want to wait till the end. Hopefully they come through. A lot of people told me, oh, I'm back in it in this final week here. So, but yeah, that's what the retail bundles are for.
Okay.
And then also, we have the regular figure, the individual figures, and then like a 2-pack, which features one of each figure. That's like the best price for the 2 figures.
Oh yeah, up here.
Yeah, up top. And then, then we have the option to add like an original Odious. So if you don't have the original, you could add him in for like $40-$50 or whatever it is. And then we have the skull head. I wanted to have something on here that was a little lower level for people that like, they want to support, but they're like, maybe they're waiting for the other 2, or maybe they're maybe they just don't like Odious, but they want to support it because they like they support the concept and the idea of it. And total respect for those people, because like I understand not everyone's gonna like everything. Like I'm not gonna get mad if someone doesn't like Odious, but if you don't like Odious and you still contribute, that means so much to me, because like that means you believe in the idea, which is like the most important thing about all this. Creativity, independence, all that stuff is the real important thing here. It's not about me
100%.
It's not about me making figures and whatever. It's about somebody doing something on their own with the team, with the talented team, and taking control. So yeah.
I love it. And I got to say on that tip of just, the independence and the indies, that's kind of been always my deal. Like whether you mentioned music earlier, it was the same, like checking out underground hip hop, the whole like DJ scene, punk stuff. I was just in Vegas and went to the punk rock museum and got all nostalgic because I was like, oh man, like this stuff is amazing. But what it reminded me of was just like, we were just kids. Like I was doing zines, but not like I was a 14-year-old kid who was like, I want to make a magazine. right? So I'm going to interview bands. I'm going to go to the show, take pictures, and put it together. But this is the notion of like we just do it ourselves. And like when I look back and I fast forward to 2025 and I look at all those bands, I was like, man, these guys were making music history. Some of them became huge. Some of them sparked like some of like, you know, complete movements in fashion, in art, and so like that, we need that. We can't rely on like these big companies to just do that, because at the end of the day, they'd be happy doing the same thing so long as they keep making money.
Oh,
which
for
is
sure.
which is where you come in, right? The whole idea of like creating something new. Like I want to see the Odious comic and the Odious cartoon and the Odious movie, because I think those would be cool stories, and I think there's corners there that could tell stories that we've just never seen before. Same goes for AWOC, same goes for Mythic Legions, Savage Crucible, whatever. Like there's some good stuff there. And unfortunately, you know, I mean, Hasbro, Mattel, they've got a lot of attention. Which I love those figures. I'm a big Masterverse guy. That said, I also think about the future, and I think about like for my kids, like they're not so into this stuff. I wonder what kind of culture will be present for them. Youth culture, pop culture will be present in the future, especially if we keep going down like random AI shit, or just like, hey, this is what your dad liked when he was a kid. You should still like Masters of the Universe too. Like, no, they gotta have Odious. They gotta have something new, you know?
For sure. And that new stuff can't be dictated by the bigger companies, you know? Like it can't be like, oh, Marvel like, of course, I want Marvel to produce new things. That's great, but it can't be just that, you know? Like in the 90s, there was a huge explosion of independent comic books, and some of those independent comic book characters have become iconic, like Hellboy, Madman, The Tick, Spawn. But it took like a community of people backing those things. It was just different back then. But yeah.
Nice. Hey, check this out. I don't know if you talked with John about doing this, but he's got 13 more frames and he'll have the Odious rotoscoping animation done. Is he doing an animation for you?
Yeah. He was showing me the other day when I was on their show. But yeah, that's going to be awesome. That shit is hilarious. But yeah, I can't wait to see that.
Was that in the video or was that after, like behind the scenes?
He showed me after, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. That's cool. Can you tell us what is coming in the box with each figure?
Well, it's kind of different. Like, so actually, the stuff that I listed on there is what's going to be in the box currently, Plasti. I mean, you know, I keep telling people, like, a lot of my funding goal, unfortunately, had to factor in tariffs. And I kind of feel like tariffs are going to go away pretty soon. It kind of feels like that's where we're going. Obviously, I don't know anything, but that's just like what, you know, tariffs for certain things have already gone away. So I hope it gets the toys eventually. And if it does, then I'll increase the amount of stuff that's in there, because then I'd be sitting on these funds that were supposed to be for this, and now they've become
sucked up.
Well, yeah, but if tariffs don't happen, then I have like this open, like these funds. I'm not going to pocket it, but I mean, I hope some of it will become profit. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but then at the same time, I'm gonna turn that into more things for Odious, or maybe even just produce another figure, because that's how much tariffs cost, almost the price of producing a whole figure. So yeah.
There you go. He says he just needs the damn voiceover. You son of a bitch. I just read the content. So he's trying to get you to produce videos. So he doesn't take your audio. I love it. Man, he's working so hard for you. I know.
I just remember he told me to do that, but I was at Disneyland. He's like, "Can you just do a voiceover?" I'm like, "God damn it, Plasti!" Like, no. But his obviously, you know, he's Plasti's always helping me out.
All right, here, let's do this real quick. I love Plasti. Hey, wait, Army Odious. What's he come with in the box?
So, Brick, that's a great question that you thought of. He comes with, as of right now, he's going to come with 6 heads. 2 of those heads are going to be werewolf heads, so that you can build up a little platoon with your Army Odious. Then he's going to come with 6 sets of hands. Some of those hands are hands that we've already seen with the previous Odious, and some of those hands are going to be new. We do plan on including vertical hinge hands. And then he's going to come with a assault rifle type of gun, or I do have some art for it. I will be showing that off. And then, you know, he does have the new pouches that sit over the soft goods. And then he does come with all the soft goods that we see listed here: a pair of pants, a shirt, a jacket. So you have like a lot of different display options with him. You could display him with the jacket, like kind of, you know, Velcroed up, sealed, or you could take the jacket off and just have a shirt, take both of those off, just have the pants, throw a werewolf head on there. And, you know, you got a cool looking Wolfman type of character. And yeah, so that's what we have there, but we're hoping to include more depending on how things go.
They're not gonna. But hey, on that note, I'm curious about what about the Cowboy? What's the Cowboy come with?
So the Cowboy is going to come with 4 different head sculpts. 2 of them we've already seen. Another one is going to be based on the artwork by David Williams that you see in the campaign. The 4th head sculpt is going to be another skull face, but not like the one that's available in the campaign. It's going to be a skull face with Day of the Dead artwork on it. Shout out to Kingpin Customs, who's going to do that for me. And then he's going to come with the removable cowboy hat that should fit on all the different heads. He comes with a revolver, a shotgun, 4 sets of hands, ammunition belts that you see across his chest, holsters around his waist, and then, shin guards. And then he also comes with a lot of different soft goods for all kinds of different display options. He has the long duster jacket. He has a pair of pants, long sleeve shirt, a vest, and then a serape with a wire in it so it could be posed. But yeah, I like that. The reason why he's my favorite out of all the Odious figures is because he has so many different options with the soft goods. You could have him just with the jacket on and everything. You could have him with the jacket off and just have the long sleeve shirt and the vest. You could put the serape over that, or you could put the jacket and the serape on. There's like all kinds of different looks you could have for Cowboy Odious.
Nice. There you go. And cut. Done.
Plasty. No.
Print it, Plasty. Yeah, man. You're doing great stuff. I hope the needle moved. If not, I hope try to move it a little bit. Let's see if we can get
it went
a little
down.
bit more. Oh, it went down, man. All right. Well, I tried. I think I adjusted it right.
Oh no, you know what? I'm sorry. It went up.
Oh, okay.
It was at 94.7. Now it's at 95. Awesome.
I think I added. Wait, is it greater than? Let's see.
Yeah, you got it, and then I got a.
Did it go more than 140? I hope it wasn't just me. Come on, guys.
No, there was. We got another
Okay,
pledge.
Good. There you go.
Somebody
keep it going.
Someone backed the bundle. Yeah, so there's a bundle available where you get the 2 Odious figures. You get an OG Odious figure. Oh, nice. Thank you. Good stuff, Larry.
Right on, man.
And then you also get a plushie. The plushie basically ends up free. And I know a lot of people don't care about the plushie, but I wish I say it all the time, but I wish it kind of landed for people. The plushie is one of the most important things to me. Like, because that was the first time I was like, I'm going to make a toy. And I went out and did it 100% by myself. Like, I didn't make each one, but I went out and got with the factory myself. I don't even remember how I found that factory. I just emailed around, got quotes, and I made that happen completely by myself. I took a loss on it, which I was kind of like, this is how you pay dues. It's okay. And but it came in. I remember like the day it came in, or the day they came in from the factory. Me and my wife and my daughter like bagged them all up. I had bags of plushies all over my kitchen, and then we loaded them up into the car and took them. And it was just like, it was really, really cool, man. And then so it's one of those important pieces of like Odious lore, I mean, not Odious lore, but like Unparalleled Universe lore. Like, let's say Unparalleled Universe toys and comics becomes a big old thing. How cool would it be if you have a plushie? Like the first thing that I ever made. I just think that'd be really cool. Like, I mean, I'm not Todd McFarlane, but imagine having Todd McFarlane's first Venom sketch or something. That's how I feel. That's what I feel when I think about the plushie. It's like one of those things.
Yeah, hang on to them. I know you've been saying like you've been giving them away, but I think as Odious gets bigger, I think there will be more people interested.
I give them to kids.
Yeah. Oh wait, not that. Why is the 3-pack USA only?
I gotta check. I think maybe my wife did that. When I say my wife, I mean like the boss. I think she did that because of the shipping might be too expensive. That's why there are some limitations on some international shipping. Like we had a lot of problems with international shipping. But don't lose hope because we're gonna hopefully figure out some other things. But yeah, international.
I love that pregnant pause. I know what you want to say. You can say it.
What?
Which parts of the world were challenging, Wade? Which parts of the world messed you up? Okay, there you go. Yeah. There you go.
No, they really were, and the reason why is because sometimes miscommunication, but also like the addresses or just we have one right now. There's one that we shipped like 4 times. At that point, I've spent more money than they contribute to the Kickstarter.
Right.
Like trying to get them the figure, and like I don't mind because you know, again, I appreciate that they were willing to do that, and I have the figure, so it's cool. But like now I've paid $100 to try to get this person the figure,
Right.
so, and it sucks because I think we made the singles available everywhere. I can't remember.
Is it because you hate Italy too? Is that the
I
issue?
do hate Italians, not Italy.
Oh.
Like
Oh,
like the place
not
seems
not
cool, like the
okay.
ground, but you know
Got
the
it.
people there, spaghetti
Cool.
eating motherfuckers. Yeah.
I wanted to throw some hate Europe's way too. Cool.
Oh, I hate all of Europe, not just Italy. No, I'm just kidding.
So I do want to name before we get going, like again, you collaborate with a bunch of folks, which is again, I think a sign of where toys are at its best right now with the indie toy thing. There's all sorts of creative people that are actually coming together to do things. So this was Crashbox, right?
Yeah, Crashbox Customs, man. One of the best
Yep.
diorama makers out there. Or he's one of the best at making dioramas that he like produces. You know, like obviously you could hit up someone to do a super intricate custom,
Right.
but like Crashbox Customs like he's like a self-sustained, like full-on production like situation. You know, and they're always good. Like you go to his table at Legions Con, he has like the most amazing displays and customs and all kinds of crazy stuff. And I just feel so fortunate that he was willing to collaborate with me on this.
Yeah, it's cool. Great setting for Cowboy Odious. That whole like saloon bar, beautiful. All the bottles is great. You're still planning on maybe selling these? Is he still planning on doing that?
I'm not too sure. Like that was the initial idea, and I really think it would have worked. But the thing that threw that away was the tariffs. Like we were supposed to launch originally in April. Like I had the Kickstarter like all drafted. I was ready to go. We were gonna like promote this at the same time. He was gonna put it up. It was gonna be a whole thing. And then the tariffs. You guys remember they kind of came through like an earthquake, unpredictable. Unlike it was just like today it's 100% tariffs. Yep. Nobody knew what it meant. I'm sitting here like trying to figure it out, and I'm like, I don't know. And we just had to stop. And then nothing happened for months. And now eventually I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go based on today's prices and see what happens. And that's where we're at. So yeah, I say all that to say I don't know what he's doing. I hope that he produces it. I know that a lot of people asked him about it at Legions Con, and he's interested in doing something, but we'll see what he decides. Whatever he decides, he's got my like full support for sure.
Yeah, it looks great. And it's funny. I'm looking at this thing all zoomed up, and it looks like a telenovela, you know, or like when you're in Costco and they have those super sharpening things on, and it looks like you can touch them.
Oh yeah.
Totally looks like that. Look at that. But this is great. And again, you're just bringing in all sorts of different people to work with you. Brad, Harper, again, a person I knew from like the Toy Migos Discord, and then I show up to Legions Con last year, and super friendly. It's like, hey, I'm Bradley, and I was like, that just I love that part of this community right now. People are super warm, super friendly, but also incredibly talented. Like he's like, hey, I love what you do. I'm gonna take your figure and put him up in this setup, and he looks so good, man. He really like features that skull head figure, or skull head, I guess.
Yeah, he was killing like that right there. I didn't have that Revenant figure, and once I saw this, I was like, "Shit, I need to get that." And then, like, shout out to Josh Brown who hooked me up. But yeah, that's insane right there.
What's great is because I know you were thinking about the skeleton bodies, right? But like Bradley's like, yeah, but no, not just the skeleton. Check this out, and yeah, he looks really great. He did him here, and then he did the throne full on.
I love this. Yeah, it's crazy. It looks like so. He looks horrifying, to be honest with you. Like just lifeless kind of monster, you know.
Mm-hmm. And I know this isn't quite where the lore is at, but it's kind of like, you know, when like they walk into these ruins and that king or whatever just sat and died there.
Oh yeah.
And it looks great. And then of course the Lethal Collector stuff, and yeah, I think that's it, man. I just wanted to get you on. Hang out for a little bit, do whatever little I can to kind of just spread it out there. And, you know, I love talking indie toys. I said it in the description. It's like, I can't keep talking about indie toys without talking about Odious. You know, we're in this weird phase where, you know, it's like we grew up liking these things as kids. And then about 10 years ago, some of those kids like us who were playing with them are now in charge of making like the new movie versions or new TV shows, right? You got the people who are creating Star Wars are people who are like fans of Star Wars and played with Star Wars toys. and vice
Sometimes.
versa. Yes, but just, I love that we're kind of in this place where like these are people who do have a love for the thing. Now, fast forward, I love that era. I wasn't always happy with the output, but I love the era of creator-owned comics during the 90s, like the Image stuff.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I was like a diehard Marvel mutant guy. Like every X book, that was my thing, and I just loved it. And then I wasn't as into when those guys were starting to take over those books, like, even Jim Lee, who I know a lot of people love, just wasn't my favorite compared to some of the things I was getting. Or what's his name? The dude who doesn't draw feet?
Rob Liefeld?
Yeah, like when he came, I know a lot of people were excited. I was just like, no, but like, what's the story? And like, That
they
said,
didn't have great stories. Savage
no.
Dragon was cool, but yeah, they didn't have a lot of great stories.
But that said, I still loved when they left and they did their own thing, and I was all about it. I was like, that's cool. And I feel like that's kind of what you all are doing, having learned lessons from that. But just like you guys are creating your own thing between you, Jason from AWOC, the Four Horsemen, of course, who are like kind of a different level because they worked in the industry for so long.
Yeah.
Picked up a bunch of lessons and connections and are just doing it like I always refer to them as sort of the gold standard for a lot of the indie folks.
Yeah.
Like, how do they handle their marketing? How do they handle their schedule? How do they handle their interacting with fans? So
yeah, they're pioneers.
That said, I love the rugged and rough, the indie, the punk rock, like, slanging mixtapes on Market Street, being like, hey, you like hip hop? Check this out.
On Market Street, yeah.
Yeah, or like, hey, Street, hey, man. So that's what you're doing, and I love it, and I'm down to support it. So just keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks, man.
You've heard everybody. Like a lot of us, we want to hear and want to see. We want to see the stuff turned into comics and cartoons. I love that you're into that. That's what I also happen to love about AWOC too, is because of the story, and I got to read the comics. So I hope we get that soon. I hope that's something you're able to find people, because I know for a fact there are people who are big fans of what you do who will want to help.
Like, for sure. Like definitely, I'm already, I say it all the time. Like once it's time to do that, I'm definitely going to hit up Erwin Papa and Bobo right away. Those are going to be my two go-to guys. And then there's some other one, like there's some other people I'd like to get with and work, but I don't know if they're willing, or I don't know if they're down for something. Like I would love to at least get a cover or something from David, but no, after this Kickstarter, I'm definitely going to work on some type of comics, like win or lose on this Kickstarter. Hopefully I do it because I've won and we're in a good spot and whatever, but no matter what happens, next step is going to be comics.
Okay. Very cool. And I think that might actually allow to circle back. And no, I'm not going to say that, because this is going to back in a couple of days. You're going to get plenty of backers, and then we're going to get my figures, Ronin and Inuit at Big Bad Toy Store, and you'll be doing some comics. And David's saying he's in.
Bam.
So let's make it happen. Larry Geeky World was saying, I really want this to make it. So if you haven't backed it and want these to go on, back it now before it's too late. Larry speaks truth, facts. Anyways,
one thing I want to say before I get out of here. Probably tomorrow I will be adding something to the Kickstarter. We're going to be selling some prints of some artwork. So we're going to sell some prints of the artwork that David did. Shout out to David for allowing me to do that. And then also the stuff that Erwin Papa did. This Army Odious back here, like full color and everything. And then the one that he did yesterday on the stream. Probably going to do like a 5x7, like 4-packs or something like that. Thanks to David for some advice on that, because I never did prints. I was trying to figure out what people do and heard a bunch of different stuff. And Dave, I was like, I want to do 5x7 because I like smaller. I bought prints and I bought big prints from people. I love them. I love to support. I don't know where the hell those prints are because they're big and I don't know what to do with them. Like I would have preferred smaller ones I could throw in a frame and put somewhere. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Was it? David's got the right idea. He was like, okay, I started making prints, but then you can't find frames for it. So look for frames, common frames that people can get, and do them those sizes. And the smaller ones make sense too, because like we run out of wall space. You got a couple more backers. You got Jim. He backed the combo, sweet deal. Larry's in for some prints. And then then people make bad choices. No. There's no bad choices. But William Houston is saying, really want to support you more, but I just bought a wild mouse. That was pretty wild. Apparently Wade was aggressive with it. But yes.
That Mouse King is crazy. Like, yeah, that shit was disgusting. But it was awesome.
Oh, folios. I guess there's the other option for you. Where do you put them? Put them in folios. Anyway,
just shut up, Kyle.
Hey, man, I love it. I'm gonna let you have your evening. Are you jumping on another stream in a little bit?
Yeah, I'll be with I think Encountered Culture. In about a half hour.
Encountered Culture.
Let me make sure I got that right.
Okay. But check it out. There's that, and there's a bunch of other streams. Do you put them on your posts or something to let people know, or your IG? Is that where it's at?
Yeah, I posted it like in my story, and then I repost it when people say stuff. But yeah, Encountered Culture on YouTube in about a half hour. So yep, continuing the grind, and I'll probably do a live stream on mine tomorrow morning just to kind of touch base. Sometimes I think like, man, I'm doing them too much, but it's like, well, when I do them, good things happen. So I got to keep it. I got to keep it going.
Yeah, and just letting more and more people reach, like even 1, 2, whatever. You just got to keep around. So that link is in our live chat for those of you watching. Jump back in about half an hour and check him out. And yeah, man. Oh, here you go. Let's end with this on the indie creator tip. If you think Mouse King is disgusting, that means I did my job. Just saying. Yeah.
Oh,
man,
yeah.
Great job. Great job. Beautiful looking.
You killed it for sure. But again, I don't have a fear of mice or anything, but like when I saw it, I was like, I liked it. And then when I saw all the heads, I was like, that's so disgusting. Like, I don't think I want that in my house, but I wanted it. And then once I saw the one mouse head on there, I was like, all right, I'm in. And then I showed it to my daughter, and she was right away. She's because she goes and watches the Nutcracker every year. So she was like, oh, wow, the Mouse King. So I was like, okay, let's buy it. So it's on the way. But yeah, disgusting.
Hey, on the grossing you out tip, did you know that where the Mouse King comes from, or the Rat King, the idea of a Rat King comes from?
Yeah, well, I heard Jeremy.
Oh, did he explain it? Okay,
yeah,
cool.
He explained it on Hedgehog Actions live stream. And then I said,
got it.
In the chat, I said that the Tuesday crew is like the Rat King of the toy community.
Because I've seen one. I've seen the carcass of one from my brother's house. It's wild because they all huddle in.
Yeah,
and they get all caught up. But we opened up the wall, and there was a lot of rats all tied up.
Are they fused together, or what happened?
No. They're all tangled up.
Oh, okay.
And this was a carcass, so they were all dead. So on that note, you should definitely look it up and go check out the Four Horsemen thing for sure. But hey, that figure, it's a dope figure. It's great. If you have to make choices, you have 6 days. This is your chance to make sure that we all get our hands on these Odious figures and more. Really, you backing this is going to help us not just get the soldier and the cowboy, but also, come on, guys, I need the Inuit and the Ronin. So let's make it happen. All right, man. Thank you so much for hanging out. You have a good night, man.
Same to
I
you.
need to get some rest. But yeah,
have a good week.
For sure. All right, man. I'm gonna play us some music. This. I don't know. I know you're not caring too much about being pro and stuff, but I try. Here, I'm gonna try and play some music here. Sorry, that wasn't the right one. That wasn't a diss, by the way. I love what you do, but
yeah, your shit sucks. I try to not suck around here.
But stop hating on Asians, motherfucker. Here we go. All right, folks. Bye.
I don't hate on Asians.
I know you. I've been around your type. I see how it is. Bye, everybody. Have a good weekend. I'm ending the stream.